All right, the morning mashup on SiriusXM Hits 1. And we're cutting in with a very special guest. Lady Gaga's here.
Hello. Loving that.
Lady Gaga,
good morning.
Let me be the first to say that I might get some heat from it, but my God, you are so attractive without makeup.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing this new thing with your videos and stuff like that. Not a strip of makeup in. Beautiful, girl. Beautiful.
Well, there's nothing wrong with strippers. I used to be one. But, I really... creating this album and writing the music and developing the ideas for the video, I had to really go back to a place of vulnerability and face a lot of things from my past that were difficult to face. But once I did, I felt very comfortable stretching myself as a performer. I really want to show people that I can be Lady Gaga without wigs and makeup.
The little makeup that you did wear, that kind of fun, like rainbow makeup, I feel like that could start a whole new trend for young girls.
Well, it kind of did already.
Right. Are you see girls everywhere?
No, I'm not. Well, I don't mean on the street, but I guess when I'm walking down the street, I see them because they're always around. But I was just on the internet and on Twitter. The fans keep sending me wonderful photos of them with the makeup on, and it makes me very happy.
Do you still live for the positive feedback with your fans? Is that still something that gets you going when you put out the new video and you see the number of views going up and up and up and all the feedback?
It's what it is such a relief, and I'm so happy that they love it because I can only create things that turn me on, and that video artistically for me is what I'm about, and it's what really excites me in music and fashion and art all put together. So if they didn't like it, I would have been devastated.
Do you ever panic because people's attention span is so short that, oh my God, what if they don't love this? What if they're onto something else?
Well, no, because part of my craft is creating something that functions in this time that we live in, so the video is edited very quickly.
Perfect.
Has a lot of energy, but each frame was designed to exist on its own. If you freeze frame, it could be a picture on the wall by itself, and that was really the idea, to create iconography in motion instead of repetition.
It's a really, really cool video. It's out today. Applause. We love it. Your new album, Art Pop, coming out. I feel like it's a little scary, though. I was watching. It's super cool, but you play all these different kind of freaky characters in it. And what inspired that?
It's more of a... Okay. Here's the question. She's like, you're weird. Go.
Go, take it away.
What inspired it? Well, I love being a shapeshifter. And I love the magic of transformation. Not so much reinvention, but actually transforming before your eyes. And when we were creating the video, I really wanted people to watch it and say, is that her? Is that her? Wait, is that her? Is she all the people in this video? But still with very little makeup. So it wasn't so much about changing the way that I was looking with tons of makeup or masks on my face or with fabrics. It was much more about my performance. It was about changing the attitude, the way I was singing, the way I was holding myself. The approach to the song was different for every girl or boy or swan that I played. So it's really about that. What are you willing to do for applause? What are you willing to do for theater?
You've got how many Twitter followers now? You're in the millions.
Oh,
I didn't check today.
I think I checked the other day. It was like 39.
Yeah, I think it's almost 49.
49.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan, if they follow you on Twitter, how does someone get your attention? Or is there something that, like, if a fan writes to you, you always grab it? Do you try to get back to as many people as you can? How would a fan get your attention to get a response from you?
I don't know. To be fair, they all have my attention. They really do. I care a lot about them, and I read their messages to me, and I respond when I can, and I like to interact with them and communicate with them because they give me so much inspiration, and without them, the well will run dry.
How are you feeling? Because we haven't, obviously, you had the whole hip surgery and you were kind of out of commission for a while. It was kind of scary, and it was a long road to recovery. So how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling much better. I couldn't walk for a little while.
It's crazy.
And I had to have surgery to repair. We told everyone I had a labral tear, but we actually didn't know completely what was wrong with me yet. I had a labral tear, and I also broke my hip. There was a big crater in the side of it that I'd apparently been dancing with for about 3 months.
Naughty girl.
Because I'm crazy. But, when I'm on stage, I don't feel the pain. I hear the applause, and I that's what I live for, and the adrenaline carries me through.
Here with Lady Gaga on the morning mashup. You're talking about how you had the hip surgery and everything, and you're in great shape. I feel like we always talk about this all the time. Every month or so, we're onto a new workout regime,
Right.
a new diet, a new something we're on. What are you doing? Are you constantly just changing up how you're staying in shape, or do you have a Gaga plan?
You know what the plan is? I work really hard.
Yeah.
And I hit the gym every morning. Or, well, not right now because I'm here. But, but I was hitting the gym every morning and swimming and dancing and working out till I cried and burning through all, the fat and the stress of the surgery and the end of the tour. And it's really the only way to do it. I know, we make billions of dollars a year off of selling diets, but the only way to really lose the weight is to eat healthy and take care of yourself.
And you should show it off because you look so good.
Yeah, you
I
look
feel
great.
like you've been running around like mildly nude lately, which is kind of awesome. I would show it off. Did you grow up in a nude family? Like walking around nude like that?
Yeah, my dad's actually naked in the lobby.
Oh,
right now.
there he is. Hi, Dad.
Honestly, Gaga here on the mashup, we would make fun of Nicole because she said even as a teenager, her mom and dad would walk around naked.
Why not?
Well, I definitely walked around naked a lot, and as a kid, and my mom used to joke with me because I would always try to freak the babysitter out and just hide behind the couch and rip all my clothes off and then run around singing, Little Mermaid or whatever. And now really what it's more about is I find it very interesting to be able to transform as much as possible with very little makeup and nude. How can I morph my body? How, in all the V Magazine shoot, there's no post done to those photographs.
That's awesome.
There's retouching, normal retouching,
Right.
but there's no post done to make my face structure look different. So I spend a lot of time in the mirror with these wigs and the makeup and the outfits, figuring out how I'm going to become somebody new.
Did you have any fear about returning to the stage after this hip surgery? Because this has affected athletes, whether they play hockey, football players, any fear about that? Because I think you're doing the VMAs in a minute, right?
I am.
Yeah.
And what is it, 7 days, I think?
In a minute.
In a minute. Thank God it's not a minute. No, I wasn't afraid.
Okay.
I'm meant for this. This is where I belong. And when I'm not on stage, I'm afraid.
Every couple months, you hear about somebody who goes into a restaurant, tries to get into a concert, tries to go on a shopping spree dressed as you as an impersonator. And I even heard a crazier one that a little kid that I know, his teachers told his whole school, if the whole school does well in his test, Lady Gaga's going to come. And they put a teacher in a wig on Skype, and the kids saw through it like that. But when you have impersonators of you, is that flattering to you, or is it kind of annoying?
No, I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah?
I like the drag ones the
Yes,
best.
it's like there's many me's running around. I mean, it's confusing. It's a pop cultural mind. FUC.
And it's always different. I mean, I feel like you're always dyeing your hair or your eyebrows. Have you ever had a hair dye blender? Like, has your hair ever fallen out or come out a different color than you were hoping that it would?
Yes, and yes. Well, when I first dyed my hair blonde for the Fame, my first album, I didn't have any money to get it done properly, and I was still very new at Interscope, so they weren't exactly throwing the budgets my way.
Yeah.
So I had it done by someone that I knew downtown, and I don't know that they quite knew what they were doing. And my hair just broke off and was falling out. So then I got a full weave from the back to the front with a top piece and everything.
Oh, wow.
And I basically had a wig sewn to my head for 2 to 3 months at a time.
That's dramatic a little bit.
Well, I guess so, but to be honest, I've been through a lot worse than that.
We're here with Lady Gaga on the morning mashup, who's got the new CD coming out, the new single "Applause."
Yes,
Now,
and the new app. The album comes out as an app as well,
Cool.
and it's not just an app with music and pictures or videos or. It's much more complex. It has a engineering system for music as well as for art, and you can create your own art and create your own music and DJ live with people around the world, as well as share your art with them and communicate, meeting other auras, both alike and the same.
Do you have a favorite app or a game that you're addicted to on your phone right now? Like, I can't stop crushing candy. Still, I'm addicted to Candy Crush.
Stop with your Candy
like,
Crush.
Get over it, Nicole.
Please.
I'm kind of obsessed with the it's so embarrassing.
What?
I like that flip kick game where you play the soccer game where you just
You can kick a soccer ball?
No, you just are doing goals basically the whole time.
Oh,
and you
okay.
just keep flipping the ball into the goals, and there's one guy, and then there's two, and then there's five.
Nice.
And I don't know. I lay in bed and I can do that.
Well, what are you watching, Gaga, on TV? What are you watching?
TV.
What is
Oh,
that?
I love watching crime documentaries.
Do you?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I watch them all the time. I'm super fascinated by them. I don't know what it is. I'm
always watching
I love
The First
forensics.
48.
Yeah.
Everyone makes fun of me because I always, whenever I get drunk, I'm like, I'm going to moonlight as a forensic scientist.
It looks
I
so
would be
easy,
so-
right? All these shows make it seem like anyone could just go in there and get the evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the blood.
or crack the case.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they really make they make you feel like you're cracking it while you watch it. But I find it really fascinating the way that they catch serial killers and things.
Do you think
getting
that's
into their minds?
Do you think that's something you might have done if you weren't like an international superstar? Maybe you would have gone into forensics. Like
Maybe.
Right?
I don't know. Yeah, for sure. Actually, I love it. So
No, wait. What is your drink of choice? When you go to the bar and you belly up, what do you order?
I mean, I'm much more of a puffer than a drinker.
Okay.
I don't really like to drink that much, but when I do, I like wine. I like to drink wine and read and puff, and that's
What are you puffing?
She's just puffing.
She's just puffing.
the Magic Dragon.
Lady Gaga
On Hits One.
here on the morning mashup on Hits One. I find it fascinating because your early days when you were in New York, just working the clubs, trying to really just make it. I find it funny how a lot of times they'll do those TV shows where what it was like for them back in the day.
Right.
And I remember seeing a news story where they went to your first studio apartment and they knocked on the door and they're like, "We're going to go to Lady Gaga's first apartment." And someone answered like, "Get out of here. We did not want you." What do you think they were doing in there? Do you ever go back to the early places?
Well, she let me in. They
Okay.
didn't let the cameras in, but I went in and I. What were they doing? Well, I don't know. What's downtown? Nobody gives a shit about the cameras. Get out.
Were they aware it was your first place? Because I'd imagine if you got a knock on your door and they're like, "By the way, you live in the first apartment of Lady Gaga," I would have been a little more excited than "Get the heck out of here, cameras."
Well, if you saw the apartment, you might not be so excited. It was very small and very humble, and it was just the beginning. But yeah, I mean, it's not my place anymore. I gave up the rent, so it was her place now.
Is that
so
weird to go back to places you used to live and be like, "I used to live here"?
It can be difficult because I went through a lot and a lot of really tough times when I was starting out, and really dark period in my life. And so sometimes when I visit those places, I sort of feel sick.
Yeah.
Was there someone early on that you feel Gaga was just super nice to you? Maybe some guy at a coffee shop or someone that was good to you when you were down on your luck that you went back and said, "Hey, remember you were always nice to me? Now I'm going to be nice to you." And return the
There's a
favor.
lot of people. I try to do that with every single person that believed in me along the way. I don't like to leave anybody behind.
That's great.
I really, really value all of the. I mean, Kenny from the Lower East Side at the bitter end.
What up, Kenny?
He gave me my first gig, and I was 15, I think.
Yeah.
And that's I think the thing that people maybe don't know so much about me is that I really did pop music the way rock bands do rock music. I came up in the clubs, and I really made a name for myself that way, and that's how I got discovered.
Now, who are you collaborating with on that? Who is on this album? What celebs are we going to hear?
Well, I'm not going to tell you about that. And
Come
there's
on.
no celebs. There's artists
Okay.
and musicians on the record. There's, I don't want to give too much away, but you'll know on September 1st. One of them in particular makes me really excited.
Okay, if you could bring back one artist or musician that's passed away to collaborate with, who would it be?
I mean, not even to collaborate with. I would just bring back Michael Jackson.
Just to hang with him, right?
Yeah, just to continue to witness him.
Right.
Absolutely.
What about new artists? Who are you liking out there that's kind of emerging that we might not have heard of yet?
There's a lot of really great young artists. I mean, just to talk about the guys that I worked on the record with, DJ White Shadow produced Applause with me, and we wrote it together as well. And Zed, I'm sure you guys played Clarity.
Yes.
He produced the record with me as well. And Madian, he's a young kid. He's like 18, 19 from France. We just hung out and traveled the world and made music. And these kids are really intelligent and incredible, and this idea that DJs or beat makers is not true, and it's an unfounded opinion. And what I was excited to do was work with these guys and turn what they do into pop records.
Very cool, very cool. We love applause. We're super excited for Art Pop. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with the Mashup for a while.
Yes.
Lady Gaga on the Mashup.
Thank you very much.